Oh, hello, and welcome back to Spilled Ink, the Comix Wellspring live drawing show where we're spilling ink and spilling the tea. Of course, we have a big group of guests tonight because we are on the road to IC3. Super hyped. It's less than a month away. I'm so excited, and every week doing this show has been making us more and more excited. And I've been talking to so many creators. It's going to be a great hang. And it's super cool because it becomes a great hang because we have many guests like this that we're going to see in person, probably for the first time. Well, not this group. I've actually met all you guys. So let's move on. I'm your host, of course, Brandon Blocksdorf, and with me is my amazing, astonishing, wonderful co-host, Max Flowers. Hello, Max.
Hi.
And we have a returning guest with us tonight. You've seen him on the show actually a couple of times. Hello, Dom from Life on Saturn Comics.
What's up?
Super hyped that you're here, Dom. It's always a good time with you, and I always see you do some wild stuff. So it's gonna be very interesting on how this plays out.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And we have our first timer with us today, but you've seen her before on Inspired Inc. and probably our Heroes Con reel. But we have Anya Driffle hanging out with us tonight. Hi, Anya. I'm so excited that you're going to be with us, John.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. This has been a long time coming. I'm super excited that our schedules work together to do this. And dude, your drawing has just been like, it's always been rad. I've always been a fan of it, but your recent book was so rad. I'm so excited to see like what you're gonna do. And you kind of helped pick the prompt tonight. Dom gave us a couple options and you meshed them together into something fun. So we're doing Space Baristas. So yeah, super excited. And then we have another guest with us popping in just a few moments because he's speeding home from work as fast as the subways in New York can take him. But Javi Martinez will be joining us in just a little bit. We'll give him lots of time because he popped in last second on the show. But Space Baristas. Dom, why don't you tell us where this prompt started to originate from a little bit?
So on March 1st, Lid and I are we're gonna be tabling at this thing here, the Comics and Caffeine Fest. We were just at what was it called? Cosmic Con. We were just at Cosmic Con and we met this woman who's putting on this it's not a convention, it's just like it's a small gig, but I need to get some coffee art for it. And then we have a sci-fi convention to go to towards the middle of the summer at some point. So yeah, I need to get these themes drawn.
Nice. Yeah, dude. And then Anya, were you a barista? Did you work at like a coffee shop or something? Where'd you
Yeah, my day job is actually baristaing, so I was excited about this.
Oh, rad. This was like a perfect combo for you guys then to hang out.
Yeah, that's awesome. I worked at a place called the Coffee Cat for like 5 years. I was a barista.
That's a cute name.
I think I'm gonna be helping run a cafe this summer too.
Like managing?
Yeah, I mean building it from the ground up. Somebody that my partner works for bought a bunch of retail property and is building stuff up. So they wanted my help to run it for the first year.
Damn, that's cool.
Heck yeah. I miss it. Like I miss like the smell of roasting, the smell of grinding the beans in the morning and stuff like that. It's great.
Yeah, I'm generally most excited just to drink coffee in the morning. Yeah, for free. It's awesome.
Heck yeah.
This is a life hack, if anything. Like,
right. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on too, but free coffee is pretty great.
I think that's something that, like, whenever you get a job, you're just like, all right, so what are the perks if I'm gonna have to deal with this stuff? You're like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, the perks. That's good.
Yeah, I kind of got like Halo Jones vibes from what I started doing, so I kind of try to do Halo Jones hair on my character. I don't think I don't know. This is one of I haven't drawn women a whole lot from on the show so far. So this is like been really interesting, changing like that anatomy aspect.
Did we all like choose women to draw as baristas?
No.
Okay. I was gonna be like, that's kind of funny.
I was like, okay, cool, spaceship.
I have like a genderless alien.
That was sick.
She's gonna have tentacles coming out of her back, so it'll be somewhere around there.
Well, I did some penciling this morning because I knew I was going to throw coffee on the paper, and then I wanted it to dry. So I've got coffee stained paper. I'm probably going to draw like a coffee spaceship.
Oh, nice! Oh yeah, that sounds fun. Anya, do you have any cons or anything lined up this year that you're excited for?
I'm definitely going to Heroes Con. I applied to NYCC for the first time before like the application's closed, so
cool.
We'll see about that. I really want to go to SPX this year, but they're a lottery thing, and I don't think their application's open until May.
Ooh, nice. I want to look into that too, actually.
You what?
I want to try to do SPX this year too. I went last year just to check it out, and it was a lot of fun.
It's so cool. And I'm going to IC3, obviously. I didn't know I was tabling. I don't know if I'm tabling. I know I'm just driving up with Lee Heidel. He owns the comic book shop Neighborhood Comics in Savannah. And
cool.
He's like getting a van, and we're all driving up to Connecticut together. So that'll be fun.
Oh, rad.
Yeah.
I saw like Kevin's going to be there too. I didn't realize that till today either.
Yeah, I was like, on Jamie's podcast, they were like, "Oh, Anya's going to be at IC3," and I was like, "I am." Like, I was like, "I know I'm pretending."
That's hilarious.
Like, how do you know?
That's hilarious. Yeah, so you like potentially have a table, or are you listed with the table?
I don't think so. I think Lee has a table, and in like return for driving the van, we can table at his table, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know the logistics, and I could be totally wrong.
But find me there.
Yeah, but I have to be there.
Rad. I mean, that's what like Life on Saturn did last year, right? Did you guys bump the table, or was that your guys' table that LKC bumped?
Last year, yeah, we tabled with LKC.
Yeah, that's T'Challa. You don't need food. Sorry. The cat's just like banging against his food bowl in the background. Yeah, I've that's what we had a couple people too, like Tanner Ogle. He's gonna be tabling with Javi. Actually, he's gonna be hopping on his table because I kind of was like, "Hey, can you guys share, please? Like, I need all you guys there." And same thing with our friend John O'Burke. He's actually bumming the Apollo table because he was just like, "If I go, can I table with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just squeeze you in." So I think table bumming is like something you kind of need to do sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
William Ibanez for one says hi. What's up, William? And Eric Allred said, "Hey, Neighborhood Comics is where Adam Matthew Smith dropped off Hyperforce. That place looks so rad."
That place is so cool. It's definitely the coolest. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble, but I think it's the coolest shop in Savannah.
Oh, nice.
And Lee does a great job of like creating platforms for local artists. He has like an artist in residence every month, and it rotates. He's always involved in like local zine fests or comic cons. It's like something that's obviously really important to him.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's super cool.
It's always good having local shops do stuff like that. That's why I love Four Color Fantasies. They do so much for me and comics in general, indie comics especially.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's hard finding shops that like really do support like indie creators and indie books overall. So take advantage of it.
Yeah, some shops don't do like wholesale, which I was like, please buy my books.
How do you pitch your books to shops, or how do you get your book in shops? I know everyone has like their own little ways, or maybe the same way over and over again, but what do you do?
It's nothing like fancy. I'm just like, I'm a comic book artist. I self-publish. Like, this is my stuff, and this is how much it sells for retail. And then most of the people that I've dealt with do like half price retail. So if like a book is 10, then they would pay me 5. So that's just how I get it in shops.
That makes sense. It's kind of what I do. It's like and I usually charge like about 300% markup from what I print. So like if they buy it half off. It's kind of like what I would sell a digital copy for.
Mm-hmm.
And so I still make a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about your new book?
The one that I did with Madi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show it up right here too.
Madi Keen from Superhero Comix knows that I really like the X-Men, so he was like, I'm gonna write this like teen group book, and it would be super cool if you drew it. And then he gave me like the Marvel method script, so
oh cool.
Basically like all the actions were there, and I had no idea what the characters were saying. So people would like come up to me and be like, what's this book about? And I was like, well, it's about a monkey. That's all I know. Yeah, so that was really fun, and it was probably the first time that I've worked with a writer on like a full length floppy book, and I think that was actually like super helpful working with Madi like that, because I would send him pages and like he would give me notes and be like, that looks kind of weird, like you should change it. And that was actually super helpful, and I think his stuff is a lot grittier than what I usually draw, so it was really a great opportunity for me to kind of get out of my comfort zone and use more spot blacks and more texture. And he was also really big on like, you know how to draw backgrounds, so please draw backgrounds. It wasn't like
yeah. Your background and sequential work is so good in this one.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really fun. It was fun to play with the layouts, and he sent me like the character designs, and then it was fun to play with those a little bit. And the first half of the book is kind of slice of life, and then the second half is kind of gritty and kind of more like X-Men laboratory type of stuff. So
yeah,
kind of
definitely takes a turn.
Yeah, it does. When I was reading it, I was like, what?
Is this a Kickstarter book?
No, Madi has a publishing company called Superhero Comics, and so that's
cool.
Yeah, and it's on superhero.com and in comic book shops in New York and stuff.
Yeah, this is a great time to do an X-Men type story for sure.
Yeah. Also, it's called Creep Sneak Kill. I don't know if I said the title.
Oh, I was showing it off on the camera too. I have a copy next to me, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you're watching, you're checking it out. Yeah.
Madi did all the colors too. I thought the colors came out
cool.
Really nice. Yeah.
So you just did some links on it?
Mm-hmm. And then nice. I sent him all the pages, and then he sent me back all the colors and the dialogue, and it was just, I was like, damn, this is cool. This is awesome.
Nice, dude. Yeah, great job on it. It was really cool. It was just really exciting to see you put it out. Super rad.
Yeah. I think working with someone else too really got me to like get faster and like kind of.
Oh, I bet.
Get off my ass and like, well, someone else is waiting for this, not just
Adam Matthew Smith said space coffee would be so good. Let's see though.
Sorry, I think I lost connection for a second.
All right, I think you hiccuped for just a moment, but you're all good.
Okay.
Dom, do you have any releases or anything you're working on this year?
Yeah. So I wrote a couple chapters for Fennec for Volume 2. I wrote a couple chapters for my story Hunter Duck. Here's one page here. But yeah, so I'm working on chapter 2 of Hunter Duck right now. I got a couple of anthologies that I'm planning in the works, and I'm gonna be teaming up with Sarah Cook for a story this year, and I'll be working on Monty Kingdoms chapter 2. A lot of stuff. I'm probably forgetting something.
That's super rad. Kind of like follow-ups, like fucking part 2s of everything. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Are you working on that like concurrently, or like one after the other, or all at the same time? Like, how do you organize your time for that many projects?
I feel like I have to work on one project at a time. I hate working on two things at once. Just I don't know, OCD or something. I'm like, I gotta do one thing and finish it at a time. But yeah. But the thing is, like for instance with Hunter Duck, I was just talking with my friends. Mark from LKC, he convinced me to release Fennec as separate comics before I released the whole volume, and I get so anxious because I'm like, I want people to read it all at once. I imagine it as a big book, but releasing it separately and then as a big book, it did have its benefits for sure. But every time I write something like Hunter Duck, book 1 has been out for a minute, but I wrote chapters 2 and 3, and I'm getting that feeling again where I'm like, God, I don't want people to read 2 and 3 not together. They feel like they belong together.
Mm.
So I'm like, I don't know how to release the things I want to do.
Yeah, I feel like releasing it like separately is good though, to create a following, because it's people are like, where's the next one?
Yeah, the thing that helped us, Mark explained that it's good to have a lot of covers on your table, and that for sure, like people would look at all the different Fennec issues and they'd see all the different covers, and that would really attract them to it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's what's gonna be interesting tabling at IC3 this year. Is like, Apollo last year, when we tabled at IC3, we had just the punk anthology. And now, dude, we have like 14 books. It's insane.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah, it's been so back to back with everything, man. Like, and luckily, like a lot of the creators, we have a lot of Apollo people that are going to be there. Like, Eric Allred and Ben Collins are going to be there for Outer Space. They have a table. We have Javi Martinez, who's going to be there, and he has a new zine that's out, and he's also part of the music anthology we just released as well. And then let me see, Evan McGuire is tabling as well, and we're going to have an exclusive print. It's a foil print of our new series, The High Adventures of Weed Wizard and Bong Boy. And
that's a great title.
I'm so excited, dude. And we're going to be promoting a Kickstarter at that time. It's a music anthology, a stoner anthology, so it's pretty hyped. It has the first chapter of Weed Wizard and Bong Boy in it. And then we have Tanner Ogle, who's tabling with Javi Martinez, and John O'Burke, who's going to have the remainders, his new book that just got crowdfunded, so it's the first time it'll be in public. And he also does the book with The Routine. And I'm going to be there with whatever new stuff, this comic was fascist. I did my first little mini comic that I drew, and my girlfriend and I worked on it together, the story. But It's for a book that she's writing right now. So cool to hand that out as well. Yeah,
Oh, that's
you're gonna have
awesome.
a lot of stuff. It's I need to itemize it all.
Yeah, can't wait to see it.
Let me catch up on the chat here too. Dave Sketches, 007. Hey Dave, what up, dude? He says, hey everyone. Love Dave. We have Rich But Not Wealthy saying, I'm looking forward to Hunter Duck 2. The first issue was so incredible and detailed that I just got engulfed with the world immediately. Oh, dude.
Thanks, Rich.
How rad. Razzle Burrito shows a coffee mug and a peace sign. Dude, thank you. Rich But Not Wealthy says, Rings of Saturn was what originally caught my eye, and Lid's awesome stickers. I need to buy notebooks that are just blank so I can have something to receive. Dude, yeah, that's a good idea. Straight up. Receive the stickers. Sorry, I stopped reading the message. Just Adam Matthew Smith says, Weed Wizard and Bong Boy looks really fun. I can't wait for you guys to check it out. You're gonna get a kick out of it, man. Nathan Price says, yo, Nathan. And K-Pop Junkie just stopped in. Yo. Yeah, K-pop. You're interviewing some interesting people the next coming days. I've been hearing and reading about. That was a lot. All right, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for this like shirt or like torso. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out to knock that out, and I can start inking real fast. I'm kind of stumped. Oh, I could do something. Let's do that. My bad. Dom, you do the Star Wars, like, or I don't know if it's still Star Wars themed, but I know you do your own drawing thing on Discord as well. But what attracts you to like drawing sci-fi?
Oh man, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Just everything I've loved since I was a kid seems to, like, I mean, from tokusatsu, like Power Rangers and stuff, to Star Wars, just all my favorite things are sci-fi. And I'm only like now in my life, like getting into fantasy. I've always kind of liked fantasy. I liked certain elements here and there, but lately I've been liking it a lot more. But I wish I knew what it is I liked about sci-fi. I think I don't like the past. I like the idea of the future. I wish we were there more.
I get that. What are some of your favorite like sci-fi things that really got you engulfed with the genre?
Outside of RoboCop, I mean outside of Star Wars, RoboCop.
Oh hell yeah!
I feel like my brain is fogging. It's like everything sci-fi. I just love it. I don't know.
K-pop, tell them to hit me up too if they want to. On a side note, sorry, that was a message in the chat. Yeah, dude, sci-fi is hard to like kind of pinpoint because there's so many elements. I guess like I've grown up with that I adore. It's like not just like film. It's like video games have really immersed me in that. Like music has really made me like a lot of the proggy music I listen to is all because it gives me like a sci-fi vibe. Like the Contortionist. Oh man, these guys are so good. Between the Buried and Me, like Coheed and Cambria, all that like sci-fi-ness that you could do. You can just kind of create a universe out of something. It feels like that's the one genre. It's like kind of like fantasy. It's like unlimited world building with the wildest things ever. Kind of unlike fantasy, where you're like, I feel like you're less constrained. You could, I mean, I guess that's debatable. You know, you can do whatever you want, but like fantasy has more rules almost on like what is going on, especially with technology. Like you're kind of like figuring out ways around it with magic.
You said, Dom, you said you were the Star Wars guy?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Return of the Jedi is my favorite.
Sorry, we have a loose dog in here.
I know most people choose Empire as their favorite, but
Oh, dude, Jedi's probably definitely my favorite. Dude, the green lightsaber with Luke, that's top tier.
The Phantom Menace has like a super special place in my heart, even though I know it's not like objectively great.
I think it's still pretty wonderful though. Like I love the prequels still.
Oh man, I talk about this
Prequels?
with my friends all the time. The prequel soundtracks are the best of Star Wars for sure. Like holy
Yeah.
crap.
Oh yeah.
I'll put those on when I'm closing the coffee shop. And I'll just like blast it. Like Duel of the Fates.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I used to
Like
play
shutting down the
trombone in
espresso.
middle school. So I learned how to play it on trombone when I was like a little kid, and that's all I played.
I learned how to play Duel of the Fates on trombone.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think I'm just a original trilogy and prequel fan. I'm like not a sequel person at all. I think I'll end up fighting. I just get like really upset and angry, so I don't like bring it up.
Does that include Disney Plus material as well?
There's some good stuff there. There's definitely some good stuff. Like, dude, what was it? Legends of the Jedi or something like that?
Tales of the Jedi.
The anthology?
Tales of the Jedi. Yeah. That was really good. That was really great. I love seeing young Qui-Gon and whatnot, dude.
Yeah, we discussed this before, but I'm definitely a Star Wars stan. Like I find something that I love in all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Just start arguing. No, I respect that. That's just, everyone. I mean, Alex Batts. That's why me and him never talk about Star Wars. We started once and we got like really upset, and me and him never fight, and we just never brought it back up again. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things too. Like the prequels get a lot of hate, but I don't know. I think not besides nostalgic stuff. Like I think they're just wonderful stories. Like, some cool stuff going on in there, especially video game wise. When I was a kid.
You what?
Oh yeah.
Oh, like video game wise, like with the prequels, like they had some of the best Star Wars games at that point. Like
Yeah, those were fun.
Oh man,
Jedi Power Battles.
PlayStation 1 Phantom Menace. Oh my god, so good.
Oh yeah, so good. So
I had some kind of like Revenge of the Sith game on the Xbox. I was playing a lot.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I know
Did
exactly
you
which one you're talking about. So good.
Did you guys play Knights of the Old Republic?
Oh, dude, yes, yes. Actually, last time Dom was on, we did Star Wars, and I did Darth Revan from Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh shit! Really?
Mm-hmm. I play that game like every couple of years because I just love it so much.
Yeah, that's a game I would like love if they remastered.
Oh, dude, yeah. They just remastered Jedi Power Battles, which was an old PS1 game, and it's so much fun. It's basically the episode 1 storyline. I love it. And you get to play as different. You can play as Plo Koon in that game. That's why I was so hyped to get it.
That's cool.
No,
Let me catch up on the chat really quick. Adam Matthew Smith said, "Nice touch of Dom having coffee stains on a Space Barista drawing." Yeah, hell yeah.
Thank you.
And he also says everyone's work is looking great. Rich but not wealthy says, "I always considered entertainment being a form of wish fulfillment. The things that resonate with us on personal levels that we would love to experience ourselves in our deepest fantasies of adventure." Yeah, dude. Honestly, that's definition of like going through these genres. Razel Brito says, "Birth of Darth Vader goes hard." Yeah, dude. I love that. I love seeing that so much. Adam Matthew Smith says, "Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew were great newer Star Wars." And they are remaking Knights of the Republic. It's been in like limbo for years. I just hope it does happen.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, they announced it a while ago, but also it's gotten postponed like a lot. What Marvel? I mean, not Marvel. Star Wars Disney shows do you guys enjoy so far?
Oh man, all of them. I love the Mandalorian. I know Lydia. She really liked Ahsoka. That was really good. I don't even know. I've only missed one Star Wars show so far. That was the newest one. That's because I just don't have Disney Plus right now. But I'm gonna binge it soon. But I haven't been disappointed yet. Even the Boba Fett season that became a Mandalorian season. I was pleased with that too.
There's some grievances there, but that's okay.
I mean, I do have my critiques. Like, I really wish that Boba Fett was a villain and not, a hero, but I can let it slide.
It was still watchable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mandalorian's been a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed Mandalorian. I wanted to watch Ahsoka. I heard good stuff. I like the Obi-Wan show.
I just
What
have
I've oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I think the pacing could always use some work in the Disney Plus Star Wars shows.
Oh yeah.
It just feels really slow. But
True.
That's my big gripe.
I don't know. I'm just like, maybe I'm just old and I'm like at that point where I'm just like, you're not doing it right, but it's whatever. I'm just like...
But speaking of just the sci-fi genre and Disney Plus, I've never been like a big Doctor Who fan. Doctor Who's one of those properties where like I should like it because it's got everything that I love in it, but for some reason it just never resonated with me. But the newest Disney Plus Doctor Who, I don't know. Like Lyd and I, we watched every episode and loved it. Every episode was just so captivating and innovative and just it was a lot of fun.
Dude, I love Doctor Who. I haven't seen the new stuff though. I really need to catch up. I only got to the Peter Capaldi seasons, but like I was watching that like in high school when like the Matt Smith seasons were coming out. It's so good, dude. I love that. I love that stuff so much.
Yeah, and I mean, it might just take some more time for me. But like Star Trek, for instance, I spent my whole life thinking Star Trek was the most boring thing possible, and then the Abrams Star Trek movies came out, and I think those movies appealed to Star Wars fans. So like, I don't know, those movies, I ended up really liking those movies so much that I was like, oh, I guess I'll check out Star Trek. And then I watched Star Trek from the William Shatner season all the way up to Deep Space Nine, and right now I'm on Voyager. And now I like Star Trek so much that I don't even like the Abrams movies. They just got me into the show, and I love the show. And Deep Space Nine is like one of my favorite shows ever.
That's cool.
That just took some time for me.
I'm not like a Star Trek person yet. Like even though my dog's name was Spock, like I never was like a Star Trek fan. He just had like really cute ears. But yeah, just like I really want to try to get to Star Trek one day. I've tried. I just didn't go far enough, or I got distracted. You know what I mean? Yeah, it goes. Whoa, my cat stepped on my computer and I have like a grid. Okay, it's done. All right, sweet. All right. That was bizarre, man. Real quick, Rich Benavelith, he says everyone here is so incredibly talented. I'm totally vibing on all these magnificent creations, styles of art, observing the technicality process of it all. Oh, thank you, dude. Thanks so much. I'm reading right now, like I've always been like a sci-fi fan kind of since I was a kid because of Star Wars and stuff like that. And that's where I'm finally writing like my space opera is the broadcast dialogue, so I'm super hyped about that story. But I'm reading Do Androids Dream of Electric Sleep, which is what Blade Runner is loosely based off of, as I've discovered.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is an entirely different book.
Don't they have like entirely different views on the androids in the movie and the
yeah. Yeah, so much so it tripped me out. I was like, oh, okay. Like this is like there's some stuff I didn't even yeah, totally different. It's still great though. It's still really good and captivating, but I was
I
not
love how that
expecting
book
that.
like starts. How like it's the married couple, and you wake up and you like if I remember correctly, you like choose what emotion you want to be on your machine.
Yeah.
And I think the wife, she was like she was feeling really depressed, and she was too depressed to even click a machine to make herself feel instantly happy. And I was just like, wow,
Yep.
that's deep.
Yep.
Which is what
Insane.
depression feels like. You could help yourself, but you know your mind is so clouded and you feel alone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Das is right.
When did that book come out?
Gosh. Find out. 1968. Holy crap.
It's always kind of trippy reading like sci-fi stuff from the 50s or the 60s, and
Dude, it hits so hard now, huh?
yeah, like sometimes it just feels like I can't believe you were thinking about this at the
Yes,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like
There's another reason I like sci-fi, especially Star Trek. Politically, the things in Star Trek that like we are even like dealing with now, it's like holy crap, they thought of that then.
Yeah.
Matthew Smith said I need to read that. A Scanner Darkly was a great read. I gotta watch that and read it. Actually.
A Scanner Darkly is that like Keanu Reeves and Robert Downey
Yeah,
Jr.
that one. What about you, Anya? Is there any like certain sci-fi stuff that you've always like particularly vibed with?
Like sci-fi thing?
Yeah.
Definitely Star Wars. I've always been into Star Wars. When I was a kid, we had an Xbox, and that was the only thing that could play DVDs that we had. And the disc drive got stuck, and all we could watch was The Phantom Menace for 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is the best.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've read a lot of Marvel comics growing up, and I always really liked the Hulk. He was my favorite for a long time. And I was introduced to him through, like, the first Hulk story I followed was Planet Hulk.
Oh, cool.
And then, yeah, that's like
that's the
Alien.
first story I read too, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was trying to get into it at the time.
Fucking loved that book. And
I like Planet Hulk more than World War Hulk.
yeah, World War Hulk is just so depressing.
It really is.
Yeah, when he goes to kill Professor X and then he sees the state of the world and he's like, I'm not gonna kill you. You're already in hell.
Yeah.
You're right, damn right. I get it.
That book made me hate Iron Man for the longest time.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I was just a little kid.
There's so many decisions there. You're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah.
why? You're friends.
Did Civil War keep you hating Iron Man?
Hell yeah. There's that awesome, I think it was Straczynski. He had that Thor run, and Thor comes back to Earth, and Captain America's dead, the Hulk is missing, all of his friends are in jail, and Iron Man tries to be like, you gotta sign the Registration Act, and then Thor just kind of wipes the floor with him.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had to read that. I just downloaded it actually.
Civil War.
No, that Thor Stravinsky run. I wanted to read it.
It's so fun.
It sounds, yeah, that's super cool. He's a pretty great like comic writer in general. I forget he actually does have some really popular runs like Spider-Man and whatnot too.
Yeah, he did the Spider-Man book right after 9/11.
Oh, that's right.
We needed you to write this, and he was like, I didn't know what to say. Like, that's crazy.
That's a responsibility right there.
Yeah, it's a ton of pressure. I think it would have been really easy to come off as out of touch.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's very true too.
Just like, I know that Marvel opted to highlight like real life heroes, and so it could have been easy to just be like, superheroes are gonna save the day.
Oh, my cat just like moved weird and stabbed me, and then I hit my camera, and now my thing's all blurry. Ah, booty! Stop it, dude. Thank you. We have some rich but not wealthy says, I'm totally chiming with Anya right now. That was my favorite time in comics, and because of World War Hulk, X-Men, hating Iron Man, and watching Thor kick his butt. And Whitefire Comics says, hello all. What up, my dude? Oh, it's been a minute, dude. Good seeing you. My cat's like on my lap when I draw, like every single time, and it like my leg falls asleep, and you have to like go and alternate. It's a struggle sometimes.
Sometimes my cat will come out of nowhere and jump onto my shoulders or try and crawl up my back, and that's always really distracting.
Yeah, like my left foot's like completely asleep. It's just pain right now. It's like the worst feeling. But yeah, I don't know. Sci-fi is always rad. I think sci-fi was the one genre I was obsessed with longer than anything else. It's kind of weird how you could kind of make anything sci-fi in that sense. Just like Western sci-fis, like things like that, just blending genres together.
Space westerns are 100% the best. There needs to be more space westerns.
Yeah, it works. It's a good formula.
Like Firefly. Do you guys like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that show is so cool.
This is unrelated to Firefly, but the one of the actors from Firefly is in Resident Alien. We've been watching that. That's been pretty
I've heard
good.
good stuff about that.
Isn't that
Yeah.
Alan Cummings? Ian? No, that's someone else.
But Andy Tudyk or something like that. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Dude's
He's
amazing.
great. He's a great character actor.
Yeah, honestly.
I definitely highly recommend the show. Like season 1 of Resident Alien was like, okay, this is a pretty good comedy, and then just like at some point in season 2, they're just like hitting you in the feels, and you're like, what the heck kind of show? Like, I love it when shows flip like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, his Clayface on Harley Quinn is so hilarious. Like, it is the greatest thing. It's the best version of Clayface out there, hands down.
I think he plays Clayface across like a couple different shows.
He was in it in Creature Commandos too, I think, huh?
Oh yeah, that may be what I'm thinking of.
love to do that too. I like making like space coffee, so there's like planets coming out of it.
Yeah, I'm making my space coffee based off of like an actual method of making coffee that's just never used because it's really weird and old. But have you guys heard of like siphon coffee?
That
No.
sounds interesting.
It's like essentially like two containers. It's like a lower container and then a top container, and you heat the bottom to boil the water, and then it goes up this straw in the center and then goes into the coffee grounds and then steeps essentially, and then when it stops heating it comes back down, and then you can like remove the coffee grounds from the top and just pour out the coffee that's left. It's very strange, and it looks like alchemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, that reminds me when I worked at the Coffee Cat, my boss made uh, cold brew in something that looked like a science experiment as well. Damn, that would have been good. That's a good idea.
Yeah, there is that cold brew like the Kyoto cold brew machines where it's like a long spirally tube
Yep.
that drips down. Yeah, those are cool too.
I always wanted to work at a coffee shop. That was always like a goal. Seems so chill. Like chill, like I know it's probably fucking crazy. It's any sort of food service, but like there's something zen about it.
Yeah, I like the shop I was at. I got to be my own DJ, so I chose the music, or I would encourage people to bring their guitars in and stuff. And our boss would allow us to have shows and concerts there, and it was fun. We incorporated live music a lot.
We used to
That sounds
play at
rad.
this coffee shop in El Paso called the Percolator, and they used to always have these art exhibits like from local artists there and everything. And I mean, I was like 18 at the time too. I felt so bad, but like that was like a venue we should never have played in general. Like we were way too loud and our music was way too crazy for that coffee shop. And so like we started playing and my bass like made the wall vibrate, and I remember this like glass art piece on the wall behind us just shattered like right when we started like our set, and I felt so bad about it the whole time, but I was like, this is maybe a lesson for others, I guess, too. At the time I thought it was like kind of funny, but then like growing up I was just like, man, that's the worst thing in the universe to happen. There's actually I think it's on Prime actually. There's a really cool Philip K. Dick TV show. I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but it's called like Electric Sleep or Electric Dreams, I think it's called. And it's like an anthology TV show, and every episode is based off of a different Philip K. Dick short story. And they're all like beyond magnificent, dude. They came out a few years ago, but like it's definitely worth a watch.
That's rad.
I think like Tom Hanks is in an episode, like Steve Buscemi. Oh wow, that's it. I guess X-Men would be like one of the most sci-fi superhero groups out there too.
A lot of science experiments and stuff going on. I think
Fantastic
Yeah.
Four is too.
What?
Fantastic Four is another one that's pretty sci-fi based.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
true.
Yeah, in fact, X-Men is like so sci-fi that one of my favorite Marvel series is like all the 2099s, like the Punisher one, Doom 2099, etc.
Oh yeah.
But the only book that was not good was X-Men 2099 because I'm like, there's absolutely nothing in this that separates it from regular X-Men because they were already sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like their Batman Beyond line, basically, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, the Doom stuff look cool. I always got that 2099 universe mixed up with that Spider-Man Unlimited cartoon universe.
Mhm.
Because it seems so like it's basically the same thing, but still like separated and whatnot. But that Spider-Man Unlimited cartoon was so cool as a kid.
Yeah, I forget what the story is with that, but I think it was intended to be Spider-Man 2099 and something about it being confused with Batman Beyond. They didn't want that to happen, or I can't remember the full story.
Is that the
Makes
one with
sense,
all
yeah.
the like anthropomorphic characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess that's why they don't want to get it mixed up with Batman Beyond, since they have that splicing going on in their show. That makes sense. Rich but not wealthy says, I'm glad siphon coffee isn't made like how you siphon gas. Drink from a straw from one cup and spit to another. Here you go. That's amazing. He also says X-Men are always traveling in outer space, fighting aliens, time traveling, creating new improved technology. Yeah, dude, it's like an ultimate sci-fi show. I mean, comic for Marvel. It's kind of cool how Marvel branches into so many cosmos type of things. I always forget about some of that.
I kind of stopped following like modern Marvel comics whenever they started doing reprinting or like every 10 issues like there's a new #1, and I was always really into like the legacy numbers, and I just thought it was so cool to get like a big juicy number on an issue, and then I got really confused. So now I kind of just like hang out in the 70s to very early 90s when I'm
interesting.
grabbing Marvel comics.
No, that makes sense. I feel like it's hard to keep up with a lot of the modern maneuvers with these companies. Like, you kind of find your niche of like what you like story wise. You're like, all right, I'm gonna dive more into that because there's so much of it.
Yeah, I'm like a huge Claremont fan, and like he did that book for decades. So
yeah, you are. You aren't.
I am.
You are. Okay, cool.
You're not.
I mean, I'm not a fan.
You were like,
I just. Oh no, not like in a mean way. I mean, I respect it. I like that run. It's good. I haven't read all of it. I can't say too much about it. I just, those comics, sometimes it's hard for me. Like, artistically, I love. I mean, they're great to look at. I just like the writing. I feel like he never spoke to a different human before in his life and wrote with. But you know,
that's awesome.
it's like, yeah, I love like so many of those comics when you think about like, I mean, even nowadays, it's not like it's much better in a lot of ways, but like, there's some like tug and pull of like, all right, we're gonna get something cheesy in this, but it's like legacy stuff. And you're like, this is what changed the game, so
Yeah.
definitely need to look into it a little bit. Oh, Hobby's popping in right now. Just got off of work. Give him a second to set up and get everything ready. And then whenever you're ready, Hobby, just give me a thumbs up. Oh, thumbs up. All right, cool. We got Javi Martinez hanging out with us.
Hey guys, what is up?
Hey, Javi. Javi, we have Dom from Life on Saturn hanging
Hello.
with us tonight.
Hello.
Have you met Dom before, dude?
I think we were at Bix, the Brooklyn Independent Comics Showcase last year.
Bix. Is Bix? I'm trying to remember. Is Bix the place where everyone's art was getting blown around?
Yes, yeah, at St.
Yeah.
Mark's Comics.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Yeah, I think we met because you were giving out the little zines that you had made.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely me.
Nice. Yeah. You guys all hang out again at IC3.
Perfect.
I feel like I think you guys are like the only LKC people at IC3 this year.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody from LKC.
Well, Sarah Cook, because we're tabling with her.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like, oh yeah, I know that. I don't think the audience knows that. That makes sense. Yeah, totally. Interesting. That's kind of funny because we were all at like one table last year, so it's kind of. Kieran might try to come. I don't know. He's iffy. He's got a kid.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And then we have Anya Driffle here. I don't know if you've met Anya or have seen that Inspired Geek episode.
I have not.
Hey, how's it going?
Anya's super rad. I've shared her work before. She makes cool stuff. Great artist. So I hope that you guys could connect. And then we have, of course, me and Max.
And I'm just locked in, so I'm being super quiet.
Max is locked in tonight. Hey, you're doing a lot with yours tonight, Max.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Killing it, though.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute, Max, but it's glad to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
You guys just missed each other on our Wednesday call.
I know.
You hopped in right when Max had taken off. But yeah, dude, we're just talking about sci-fi stuff. In fact, you have a little sci-fi series in the works right now.
Yeah. I just finished inking page 3 of that yesterday. And at the rate that it's going, I think I might be able to maybe make a little zine of my own of having the first 5 pages as a preview for IC3.
Cool. Ooh, cool.
Heck yeah. What's it called?
It is called To Very Soon and Back.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, why don't you give us a little pitch of the story?
Yeah, my little elevator pitch, as I always tell people, it's essentially Star Wars meets One Piece. It is my little love letter to sci-fi and just telling a fun sci-fi world of 2 brothers traversing the galaxy, getting themselves into trouble, and getting chased by their evil dad, and they are just trying to stay alive and be kind to each other, and it's just fun adventures against the government.
Oh yeah, love it. It's gonna be Apollo's like first like little, kind of like a YA book kind of for a younger audience too.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it'll be way more like YA orientated, and which was originally it was way more vulgar, but definitely after working it out more, I was like, yeah, this can definitely work for all ages.
Love that. Real fast, we have Whitefire Comics in the chat real quick. Hey, Brandon, is Ink Spotlight series still an ongoing thing? Was confused after a few emails I got. Yeah, so there was that. So we put a pause onto that, or stopped to it in February. So anyone booked that was in February. So we're going to wrap up with those episodes. it was just the workload plus the amount of the response we got, versus response and everything. So we just had to weigh out what we could do, during a work day and not overload with some stuff. But we're doing some other stuff in the progress with our content to make it more interesting. It was so much fun doing Geek Spotlights. I really had a blast, but it just got to be kind of much with what's going on and what we have planned at the moment. We'll make more announcements soon. But unfortunately, that show had to stop. We had a good 4 months of it, though, so it was pretty cool. We're not going to take down any content either. We're going to keep it all up, of course, but just a number of factors. We got to look at reception. We got to look at like what's involved when creating it and what that takes, business time and whatnot. And then, yeah. So sorry, I was trying to focus for a second. But we're going to be doing some other video stuff probably in April or May. So we'll have like some new show things going on, kind of really just to give more insight to creators. And like, we really just want to help give you guys all the information you all can have to be successful out there. The cat moved my camera. There we go. Dude, this is definitely like why we do the lo-fi for like focus nights. Like, dude, I'm having to focus so much on this drawing tonight to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah, like whenever you guys, all of you, whenever you write or draw, what's your go-to music? Or do you do silence? But most people I know, every time I ask this question, they're like, silence to concentrate. But me, I always play
really?
like
Wow.
Silent Hill or Chrono Cross music or something.
Crazy to hear that. I need to have something on in the background, or I'll the silence makes me go crazy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, same. I think it depends. Like, typically when I'm drawing, I'm probably downstairs. So like, that means like my girlfriend's watching TV or something, and like I'll draw while we have something on. Except for lately, because we're watching Mad Men, and I just like can't like not watch that show. %. Like, Mad Men is just so good. But we're like at season 5. I'll definitely be drawing more soon. But like when we watch other stuff, it's way easier. But like when I'm writing, it needs to be like instrumental music. But I need kind of like my hype music to get me going. Like, I play this for all my series I write. But I listen to a lot of like either like soundtrack music. Like, honestly, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross have great soundtrack stuff to just like put into the background while you do stuff. But yeah, writing, I need more, not silence, but just like noise.
Yeah.
I mean, I primarily will just listen to music, like whether I'm writing or drawing. And I just, depending on the genre that I'm working in, is the type of like vibe I try to go for with my music to just kind of get myself in that mood. But more so at the end of the day, it's always going to be rock or alternative orientated for sure, and punk stuff.
You're like a little soft copy. We can still hear you, but I don't know if you can adjust anything a little extra.
All right, how's that?
Oh, it's a little bit better.
I've been listening to a lot of Dungeon Synth.
Dungeon synth.
Yeah, they're kind of like RPG style fantasy music. Sometimes it's
cool.
8-bit, sometimes it's just
It's
kind of
amazing.
like a synthy piano, very simple, kind of like drony beats. But
Great.
you feel like you're in like Lord of the Rings all the time.
Okay, you got a playlist you can drop? I would listen to that.
Anything. Witchbolt does some really cool stuff, and Cryocrypt.
Okay, I'm writing these down.
And then there's I don't even know how to say it, but it's FIADH Productions, which is like it's a label that is like dungeon synth and like vegan black metal. It's strange, but it's very good.
Wow, how
Love
does that
that.
define a music genre? That's wild.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's
Goblin
insane.
core. It's dope.
Do you listen to Necro Goblicon?
No, but
I
that
listen
sounds
to
right up
them,
my
yeah.
alley.
They're rad, dude. You dig them.
I love that band. Their mascot is amazing, John Goblicon. He has his own talk show on their YouTube channel, and they just feature all kinds of like stand-up comedians and stuff on there, and it's great. It's a great channel. And the mascot's goblin makeup is pretty good.
Yeah, straight up.
But yeah, when I'm drawing, I definitely watch a lot of TV. In fact, I wouldn't be able to keep up with anything if I didn't watch TV while I was drawing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
I,
only,
feel
I
that.
can't. Oh, so go ahead.
the only TV I've been able to watch recently when drawing is like Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack
Ooh,
in the 90s. If I'm like watching anything else, it's really hard for me to pay attention to what I'm doing. Like I just feel myself like looking up the TV more than the paper.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I feel that.
All those episodes are on YouTube. They have their own channel, so I definitely put that on every once in a while.
Yeah, I think it depends really what's on the TV that allows me to do that. Because, like I don't know, if we're watching like Great British Baking Show or like Love Is Blind or like Drag Race, I'm like, okay, I could draw and watch this. This is cake. But if I'm too invested in the movie or something, I just can't. Like Mad Men is just too fucking great, dude. You can't. You can't. It's impossible. Whitefire Comics said, so it's the old the juice is worth the squeeze wiki face. Yeah, dude, honestly, I watch TV when I draw. Yeah, no, yeah, it's just, pretty much that's exactly it. It's I guess professional way I should put it.
I find that like when I try and watch TV while drawing, I just get too focused on my drawing and I'm just not even watching the TV. So it's like if I'm trying to watch something that I haven't seen before, it's just not gonna work out. I'm just not gonna pay attention to the TV.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that everyone has a different response. It's like I meditate. Like I listen to the TV and then I look back at my paper and I'm like, holy crap, there's a whole drawing here. Like I just disappeared.
I'm definitely more of a music or podcast or like audiobook kind of person when I'm drawing, just because I think I get distracted too easily.
Audiobooks are great too, yeah. Listening to the Game of Thrones audiobook right now.
Aren't there like 30,000 books though of Game of Thrones?
Like 5 actual ones.
5, okay.
Yeah. But there's like some side books and everything. I don't know if I'll dive into those, but I'm only on book 1 too. So we'll see how far that gets. But the Star Wars audiobooks are so good. I love listening to those, like, because they're all like dramatized with sounds and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, there's probably 30,000 Star Wars books. I
Oh,
can tell you
there's
that.
so many. And they have like the OG ones, like the pre-Disney ones, and they have it's called Legacy now. Booby, no, Booby, no. All right, cool, dude.
Have any of you guys listened to the Dr. Aphra audiobook?
I haven't.
No, but I've read the comics of it. Those were a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking love the Dr. Aphra comics. And the cast recording of the audiobook is actually really good. So something I go back to a lot.
That's cool. I gotta check that out.
I
I like all that early Star Wars stuff and like the Dark Horse days with the comics and everything.
Yeah. Howard Chaykin's art. Super cool.
Yeah.
The Dr. Epper comics is how I discovered Alyssa Wong, and like I think her short Deadpool run was like one of my favorites. I was like, oh, she's so funny. She has such a great sense of humor.
Yeah, the Dr. Aphra books are like strangely touching at times.
How so?
There's a lot of like relationship drama, and she's always running into Luke, and then Luke is like, I know you're a good person, and then she just disappoints him every single time.
Uh,
Yeah,
Like, no, baby.
because that was like one of the first, like at least newer, when Marvel started making Star Wars comics, like newer Star Wars titles that wasn't focused on a main big character in the Star Wars universe. It
Yeah.
was just really refreshing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys read a lot of Star Wars comics, but I fucking hate it when they do like regular sequential art for all the other pages, and then when it gets to a cast member space, it looks like they've plugged a screenshot from the movies.
Oh yeah.
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 It looks weird in airbrush, and it's like, just draw it. Like, it's okay if it doesn't look exactly like Harrison Ford.
I feel that. Yeah.
It just
It
really
can be
takes me out of
distracting.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it like takes me out of it for sure.
I just read the High Republic book, the first one from Charles Soule, and that was really good.
Charles Soule's awesome.
I listened to the audiobook and it didn't really captivate me, but I'm curious about the comics. I think I get so snobby with some crap because I just want the old Republic. You know what I mean? Just like an old, just old.
How far in are we? Just so I have a reference point.
We're an hour and 12.
Okay.
So about a little over 45 minutes.
All right.
I'm like oddly so far happy with what I've done so far. That's why this lo-fi, I say it every episode, it comes in handy because we all start to zone out for a second in our stuff. It's not even that we don't have stuff to say, it's just like we're all trying to focus so hard. The show is like the most challenging thing to host, I swear.
I remember at a panel once with Donnie Cates and like Trad Moore, they were just, Donnie was drawing or doodling the whole time, so he was being really quiet the whole time. And I remember then I was like, why is he being so quiet? Now I get it. So hard.
Yeah, there he is. You would think that Max and I would be like really great at this, but it's hard to get a straight line. But it's hard. It's so hard.
at hosting, you mean?
I mean, hosting this show. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
Because we do it every week, you know. But
Yeah.
every week we're also like trying to do something new and like stretching ourselves and drawing and doing all this stuff. So
and like lately, our prompts have been like, I've been so scared of every prompt the last like 6 weeks, dude. I'm just like, why, guys? It's so hard.
That's great though.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. I love it. Like it makes me so happy. Like it's really cool. I'm gonna start scanning my art and talking about it in the newsletters more. So.
Oh yeah, wow, everyone's killing it. Holy crap.
But it's like, dude, like even today I was like Space Baristas, right? What am I gonna use as a reference? Like how am I gonna figure this out? Like
If you could make a story about Space Baristas, what would it be about? You can't say Space Baristas.
I do like random like adventures there, you know what I mean? Like things that go on.
Like
Yeah,
they
Have it
like
take place in there.
Would they
I think that'd
feel
be
like
fun.
adventurers that are passing by? They stop by for the fuel, or like
Yeah, like they'd be like serving people and just like it's just like cheese man, just talk, you know.
I definitely was kind of on that same vibe too of like it could be something just mundane of just like the daily lives of like space baristas and just like doing dumb shit and just passing the time and just whatever.
okay. I think I would do competing coffee shops, and one's on a space adventure to steal the formula of a popular coffee ship or something. Or actually, another thing. Has everyone here seen Deep Space Nine, Star Trek at all?
No, I haven't.
No.
You can make the reference all you want.
Oh, but there's in Deep Space Nine there is a bar run by a Ferengi named Quark, and I love his bar, and I love how all these different alien species in the universe go through his bar, and I just really want to sit in his bar and just watch everyone.
That sounds super cool. Hell yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a fun like adventure of the week type of thing, you know.
Yeah.
I love it, Rocket Sea.
I would definitely, if I did something like that, I would pull inspiration from like Harvey Pekar or something, and just do like someone who's just really angry all the time.
Like I would watch Cheers and then I'd go and write that comic. It's the vibe I'm getting in my head. Razzle Burrito said War Machine Beta. And which but not wealthy said who? Oh, here's a question. Who or what would you say have been your most profound influence in your lives in regards to motivating you to draw? Dom, why don't you answer that first?
Maybe childhood trauma and needing to escape my environment, and being a kid from the 90s. Everything was so fucking cool. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Anya?
What was the question?
What's been like the most powerful thing that motivated you or inspired you to draw? Who or what, you know?
Yeah, my dad drew a lot when I was a kid, and I was like, "You're so cool." So I wanted to be like my dad, and then I got really into like 90s Marvel comics, like Mark Silvestri, and I met him, and I was like, "I want to be just like you." And then he was like, "You just have to love it." And so I don't know. I also think that like meeting artists at cons and how generous they generally are is also really encouraging.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, it's sound.
Yeah, like everyone is so willing to give you their time. And yeah, I think in the past few years though, I've definitely like been like, this is what I want to devote my time to for sure. So that's been really fun.
What about you, Javi?
Well, I mean, when I started making comics, I wanted to just only write, so I wasn't really considering being an artist. But I just got impatient, and like the pandemic happened, and I was like, you know what? I got time. I'll teach myself how to draw, and I just started hacking away at it. Like, so but definitely in terms of big inspirations, like in terms of my art, I have a lot of inspiration from like older Archie comics and stuff of just things that are very mundane and like cute and like bubbly and fun and whatever. I just like making things that look real but still like a cartoon. And yeah.
Oh yeah. What about you, Max?
I don't know. There's a lot of factors, but I was very much always into like what Tim Burton was doing, and all of his stuff resonated a lot with me. And so as a kid, I was drawing all the time, and I would, scavenge for whatever comic books and books I could read, and always kind of like escaping into that. And then my dad is a landscape architect, and so he would draw for me, and I always thought that was cool. And then also, like, as a weirdo kid, like, you draw to fit in sometimes, so I would do that a lot. There's some billion factors, but then you reach a point where you just like love drawing and don't want to stop, or love storytelling and don't want to stop, and then it becomes like an automatic reflex. Like, you get grumpy if you aren't able to draw enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So then it becomes like a coping mechanism for like life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I even like, dude, I never drew as a kid because I was really discouraged as a kid, and I kind of let that, I guess, get to me. So I never put a lot of effort or attempts. I just drew the same shitty bat symbol like my whole life, But oh, I could do a whole thing right here. And so honestly, like, just like all my friends kind of inspired me to draw that, and just like seeing Frank Miller and being like, if he could do that, I can do this. Like, that's really what it got to be like. Like, oh, if I could see this person doing this, like, I bet I could do it too. And I just wanted to be like, all right, if I start now, then maybe in like 5 years I could put out a shitty comic, and then in 10 years I could put out like a half shitty comic, and just kind of go from there. And yeah, I kind of had to like figure out how to do it, and just like pull from, honestly, indie comics really inspired me to draw, because I realized you didn't have to be like Jim Lee and Jason Fabok and all those people to make comics and be happy and shit, I can be as shitty as I want.
I've had like a lot of people.
Been, like... Oh, what was that?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I think something that was really inspiring for me too was just a bunch of different people being like, you can't wait until you're good enough. Like, you just have to do the thing. And I think that's such good advice.
Hands down.
I don't know if sorry, Max. I was gonna say real quick, I don't know if you guys have read 8 Billion Genies, but there's a phenomenal line in that book where someone says that it's a character who's lived like thousands, millions of years now, and he's just kind of like he's learned that when it comes to gaining abilities like drawing and things like that, people wish for those things because gaining those abilities and those traits are like having a wish be granted in slow motion. I was like, damn.
Oh, that's cool.
That's super rare. Yeah, check that book out.
Another motivating factor for doing comics is like hating doing like day job stuff. It's kind of a funny motivator, but it's like, man, I don't want to work at a McDonald's or whatever for the rest of my life, and like I this is what I really love to do, so like I guess I'm just gonna make it work because I can't stand doing whatever.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I can't. It's one of those impatient things that you guys were saying too, was like, I, as an artist, like, or as a writer, was like, well, I want to get some ideas out too. Like, I have so many things I want to figure out, and I guess I have to learn the skill set to actually do it. And that kind of helped me push myself to figure this out. I'm not like where I want to be yet by any means, but like, I'm glad I'm at least trying to get there. And it really is addicting. Like, I love drawing now. I think I do it every weekend as much as I can. Every evening. I draw more than I write now, which is kind of rough because I owe so many people scripts, but we gotta figure that out.
I mean, that's definitely where I've gotten now, where it's like I enjoy drawing more than I do writing. I didn't think I'd reach that point, but here I am.
No.
So in a reverse perspective, like when I decided to start writing my own stuff, writing's really fucking hard. I was like, this is gonna be easy. I mean, but I don't know. Then I learned hero's journey, then 3-act structures, and I'm just learning, and I'm like, this is not easy at all. I mean, if you just want to keep writing like underground style, I mean, there's no rules. But if you want to like learn all the writing rules, man, this shit is hard.
Yeah, it's
There's a lot
I
to
feel
it.
I kind of lucky because like I went to school for writing, so for me I could just spit out scripts really easily, like especially short scripts that I've been doing lately.
Mm.
But like I think just the discipline of getting my ADHD brain to sit down and like write, like it's hard for me lately. Because now like I have another thing I could do, and it's like, well, I could do this. I could do the thing that's like really, when you're procrastinating something super hard, so you do everything but that one thing. That's what I'm doing with my writing. I'm drawing more than I'm writing now because of that. It's like I know I have all this work to do, and it's a lot of work, and it sounds really exhausting. So I'm just gonna draw it. I guess because also I don't really care for the outcome of my drawing right now because I'm not an artist, so I can just kind of do it whenever, however. But like when I write, I kind of feel that pressure of like, oh, I got to deliver this pretty well.
I think,
Yeah, and right now I'm in the process of trying to learn how to, because I've already learned like these writing rules, and now I'm trying to like learn the script format for comics. Because we bought that book, the person that you interviewed, Lid, what was their name?
Oh,
Shelley
Shelley
Bond.
Bond?
Yeah, her. And so Lid and I have been reading that book and trying to figure out how I'm supposed to write a comic book script, and it's been tough, but super helpful.
Dude, yeah, that's such a good book. You should get, honestly, there's a book called Invisible Ink. If you want to learn how to write a good story in the most simple way and clear and precise way possible, Invisible Ink. Like
Invisible ink.
Brian McDonald, or look up Your Storyteller on like YouTube, like that. Oh, dude, that changed my life. That show, I swear to God, it's gold. It's all gold. And Invisible Ink is probably one of the best, like, to understand story. Like, it's one of the best books on the market. You can't go wrong with it. Like, if you guys have liked any of my writing, then it's because of that book. And Brian McDonald.
Okay.
And
Check that
Max
out.
Letter's all my writing, so you can vouch for me.
His writing is good. I'm
Max
not a
has really
paid
helped me,
actor.
Max is like really someone that's like helped me try to like accept compliments. Like, finally, I'm so bad at that with everything. Like he was talking about Teenage Babylon, about the script, and I was like, yeah, dude, Christian killed it with the art. Like, like I really appreciate it. And he's like, dude, I'm fucking telling you, the script is like great. I love the story. The writing's awesome. And I was like, thanks, Max. I just try to like navigate it. I think a lot of people do that too. They kind of turn switch it around to like, oh yeah, that's great. But look at what
Have
they
you
did.
seen the art?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to accept compliments. I don't know how to do that still. Terrible.
True.
Get like nervous.
I think for when it comes to like writing my scripts nowadays, I don't stress so much about my script until I get to like the lettering part of it, because that's where I start to, I'll like thumbnail everything and stuff while I make my script, But I won't really hard set myself on a script until I start lettering it. And once I start lettering it, I kind of fit like what's better for a flow of dialogue and things like that. And I just really don't like try to bolster it too much, I guess. Try to be loose with it.
Do you hand letter, Javi?
I've been doing it more recently, but in general I do it digitally. I like imported my fonts and stuff like that.
Okay. That's something a lot of people forget to do is when you're thumbnailing, there should be speech balloons with the text clearly written in the speech balloon when you're thumbnailing. Because otherwise you will run out of room.
Oh yeah. That's the mistake I made with my first comic, and I was like, whoa, I ran out of space.
Same thing if you're doing
it to like do it yourself first, you know what I mean? To like kind of figure out some of these things to help your collaborators.
Same thing if you're doing a cover, do all of the trade and all the title stuff first.
Yep.
Because you will not have space.
But the cover that I just made for my book now, I did that as soon as I was making it. I like put where I wanted the title to be and stuff like that, and I just worked with it from there. But I'm definitely trying to be more conscious of like design choices when I make my books now and stuff, of how it'll make the process easier.
Sorry, I'm like focusing so hard on these lines.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like my lighting. I have no clue what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna do solid blacks or some gray wash or what, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put some gray wash on this. Took a picture of my hand as like a reference to figure out some stuff, and then like I guess I tapped my phone weird, and I looked down, and it was like a picture of my cat like in the bathroom. It's like, wow. Javi, what events do you have booked for yourself this year? We all kind of talked about what we were doing.
Oh yeah. Well, all my events at this point are gonna be starting in March. The week of March 10th will be in Virginia and DC and Connecticut. Gonna be at Four Color Fantasies in Virginia. I don't think I know the full details of what we'll be doing in DC just yet.
We're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna find the flyers. And,
Nice. But
it's gonna be a fun day.
And then we'll be at IC3 that Saturday of that week, in Connecticut, and the weekend after that I'll be at the BK Art Fest here in Brooklyn for all 4 days. That'll be the weekend of March 20th. And after that, I have the Brooklyn Independent Comic Showcase in April.
I'm super hyped about that show, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, dude.
Kind of like nervous and excited, but like,
like you're gonna throw up.
I'm gonna get all freaked out. No, like Apollo's like I've never really had to table. Like that's gonna be the first time I'm like completely tabling by myself. Like I just have my own table. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've always had to like split or I bump tables or stuff like that. Or even this time IC3 we have John at the Apollo booth.
Right.
So that'll be like it's just gonna be me and Lex tabling.
But by that point, Lex will definitely have she'll kind of also be tabling like with her stuff as well.
Yeah, we'll have the Corpse Flower mini comic, and then we'll have some. Maybe we could possibly have Corpse Flower stuff. Little poster preview or something. And then this comic goes fascist. You're right. I totally forgot about that. Her first story was in that. That's exactly what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm so. I was like, what book would she have out by then? But yeah, she just literally put out a story. Oh no! My hand like skipped when I was doing this like wiggle in the hair, and it like made it bumpy. I'm not like great at doing hair yet. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly to make hair work.
Hair is hard.
Hair hard.
Yeah, like it's like there but not there. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like I just struggle with a variety of hair choices for my characters.
no. I mean, you do hair really well, actually.
Me?
Yeah, I'm just looking at like the cover of Creeps Detail.
Thank you.
See if we could get a focus on that. Yeah, look at those headshots. They're so sick. That werewolf hair looks great.
Thanks. I think with inking, it's good to use tools that kind of resemble whatever you're inking. Like if you're doing hair, it's good to use a brush or something that can give you like a lot of line variation.
Mm-hmm.
I love monoline, but I think it's good to have like texture with hair.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
smudging. Sure. I'm smudging so much with this.
It's hard to complete something in 2 hours, and especially make it look clean.
Yeah. I also like to clean up my pencils, like erase them too. So like sometimes I don't see the clear picture until I get rid of all my squabbles.
Yeah, that's what I just did. I just got rid of all my pencils, so now I have to actually clean stuff up.
Oh, dude, that is. Let me do some quick spotlights. I know we have about 20 minutes left, but let me do some focuses on some people's. Wow, Dom, that is looking great.
Thank you.
Dang, dude,
So,
that is so cool. Yeah, dude, you're really good at like that sci-fi work, man. You always just really kill it with that.
I appreciate it.
Man, that was rad. I really like that. Like, I want to do a sci-fi book with you, dude. Like, it's so sick.
I would love
Max.
to.
Yeah, we gotta talk. We gotta. It's after I talk about all the scripts I owe Dom. Max, dude, that is awesome. That was a cool bar. That is.
Oh
tier,
man, you got a lot done. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's
That's
about getting the
great.
lights in there and trying to make everything read.
Dude, that is cool. That's
Thank
too
you.
cool. Javi is about what? Dude, that's pretty freaking dope for just like 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Just gotta do face.
That's what's fun about the show. There's so much pressure to like do stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're like, all right, we gotta move. Oh, I see I see it coming out. That's super rad. Anya, let's see what you're doing. Oh wow.
I don't know if you can see it super well, but
Kinda.
Oh dude, that's
Wow.
cool.
Oh, sick.
thanks. I'm trying to do like a grid kind of background.
Right.
Nice.
You can see I smudged on her hand, but she's pouring a latte.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love that, dude.
Thank
This is
you.
where I'm at right now. I just have a
Heck yeah.
Follow City Coffee.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna work off the top and then do this little square thing and then see what's up. I'm like a really slow inker though, so
Oh, you did. You put a paucity on the cup. I see.
yeah.
Did this transformation come from the coffee?
Oh, dude, that should be it. I have little planets on the coffee too, so it's a little magical, you know. So, Rich but not wealthy. Does everyone here have an Instagram I could check out? Yes, I tagged. I used everyone's Instagram link in the description, and then Max and I are just like look up our names, and then you can find me and Max. Art of MF.
Yep.
Or teenage_Babylon. But everyone else, their names are in the episode description. I don't recall if I asked you at the beginning of the show on yet, but do you have any other releases you're working on this year?
Yeah, I'm working on a graphic novel that I'm writing.
Oh, cool.
It's I'm from Indiana, and it's kind of about coming home to a place and feeling displaced, and I don't know, like the more and more you come home, the less and less it feels like home, and so that's kind of what it's about.
That's rad.
That's relatable.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Straight up.
I've got like 30 pages inked, and I'm coloring it kind of right now, and I want to get it done before Heroes, because Heroes is like, I don't know, for me that's the one that I'm just like, oh my gosh, let's look at what each other did, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like for sharing, you know.
Yeah, it's the friend con, you know? The buddy
Yeah.
con.
So that's my goal.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to pencil this before I try to... Yeah, hopefully I have some of my work come out this year, more of it. I have like short stories popping in and out of a lot of these books that we're making, but Teenage Babylon 1 should be out this year, and Fake Your Death. I said that last year, but it should be this year.
I don't know. Love it.
Did
This guy.
did everyone read Sarah's sci-fi anthology Faster Than Light?
I haven't read it yet. I'm super excited to check it out, though.
Why not?
I haven't read it. Where can you find it?
Probably the LKC website. Or actually, I don't even know if they're still doing that.
Yeah, that might be. We will keep you. Well, you can get at IC3. That's for sure. That's where you guys should.
Oh, that's definitely, yeah. I kind of missed the last meeting for Lesser Known Comics. I'm out of the loop.
No, I can put you in on some stuff after this.
Cool. But yeah, Sarah and I will both have copies at IC3.
Do you remember your guys' table number by any chance?
No, not at all.
Yeah, same.
I
I like.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You go for it.
I was just gonna say I'm super excited. I can't wait. It's still my favorite place I've ever conned, mainly because of how welcoming all the artists are.
IC3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last year was the first year, right?
Yeah.
That's
Last year
awesome.
was a lot of fun. It's like when at my first time I was like kind of helping CWS with stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'll show up and maybe I'll do a bunch of live videos and everything. So I was just doing live footage and like kind of just mingling and hanging with everyone. It was pretty cool. And dude, remember Dom? I messed up my knee. I was trying to jump over the loading dock. We were like, it started pouring rain, and then I was like trying to jump over this giant loading dock to like get the last box. And right when I jumped up, I like smacked my knee on like this piece of metal that was sticking up. And dude, it was just like swollen and bruised, and I couldn't even walk. I was like, thank God we have like a 7-hour car ride home.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was so brutal. That hurt.
What's important
It
is that you looked
super
cool
brutal.
doing it.
Right? Yeah. Dude, and it was so loud. Like everyone turned around. It was like it's on the ground.
What in the hell?
I'm not gonna finish this for sure.
I'm not gonna finish my background. I actually made more progress in the inking than I thought I did. I think I'm gonna color this with colored pencils though.
Nice.
I need to learn how to digitally color, to be honest. Rich but not wealthy said, I read Faster Than Life. I love both of Dom's stories and Sarah's. Hey, oh cool. Yeah, dude.
Gracias.
Max, do you wanna let people know about your upcoming book?
Yeah. Coming out soon. We're gonna do a Kickstarter on March 4th for The Family Man, which is a 48-page, nearly wordless comic book. So most of it's totally silent except for sound effects. There's no dialogue, and all in a 16-panel grid. Kind of like Friday the 13th meets The Incredibles, about a family of serial killers. So that'll be coming out March 4th. You'll be able to get this ash can. You'll also be able to get a perfect bound standard color edition. There's going to be original art, t-shirts, all sorts of really cool stuff. So if you go to my Instagram, there's a link in my bio that'll lead you straight to the Kickstarter to sign up for the pre-launch. So if you could sign up, that'd be awesome. The numbers really help boost us, and you'll also be the first to know when it's available. So go over to my Instagram and check that out.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited to check it out. And then you could also check out Family Man in our current Kickstarter with Apollo City Comics, the horror anthology. It's our horror anthology, the found footage anthology. We teamed up with Jade Louder from It's a Horror Show and brought together a really cool 100+ page book, and it's seriously so cool. The Kickstarter still has 2 weeks left, so we're going to be doing some really exciting things. Like, we have some some stretch goals we want to hit with certain backer number counts and everything. So we'll be announcing that soon. But yeah, if you love Jade's work and you've seen him here on the show, the found footage anthology, it's the coolest thing we've done so far at Apollo for sure. I kind of wanted to make a wavy coffee cup, and then I feel like it didn't work out. I just have to shape it with some black. There we go. Yeah, it looks way better than that wavy thing I was doing. Oh. And so I still gotta do the background too, which is gonna make all this work a lot better. And Apollo and Cosmic Lion might be doing something cool for IC3. So we might have some details there very soon as well. I'm really hyped about that. I'm going to try to team up to do a little fun thing for all the creators.
Ooh.
What day are you guys getting to IC3?
The night before.
Okay, cool. Are you driving up, Tom? How are you going to get up there?
Yeah, we're driving up. uh, the 14th. It'll be my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice. That'd be rad.
Yeah. I couldn't think of a better way to spend it. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we'll be driving up in the morning. It'll be me, Javi, Lex, Eric Allred, and Tom Blake all heading up there. And then Ben's gonna meet us. Ben Collins is gonna meet us up there, and it'll be great. Be a good time. We'll all meet up, get some food, set up the booths. What was I gonna say right now? I totally spaced it out.
Spaced.
That was pretty good.
Now, the signups for next year's IC3, is it going to be like right after the show?
Oh, I'm actually doing a live with Matt Sardo on March 9th on the CWS YouTube here. And we could ask all those questions and get all that information in that live.
Okay, sweet. Because luckily Sarah's letting us table with her. We totally missed the sign up because we didn't realize that it was like right after the last show. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, it was a really tough, setup too, because so many people applied this year. It was pretty wild. It's good that you're able to get with Sarah too. So that kind of probably won your favor, to be honest.
Yeah, we've teamed up with her a few times, so it's gonna be great to actually meet her.
Yeah, that's the coolest part. Honestly, that's what's so fun about these conventions is like seeing the people that you know but you haven't met yet. It's always like a little weird and awkward, but like a lot of fun,
Yeah, and seeing what people's work looks like in person, like his name's Kiernan, right?
Kieran?
That we rode with last year, like seeing his work in person and finding out it was all like watercolor and stuff. I was like, holy crap!
Right. Oh, I need to get a Q-tip. We're on our last 5 minutes or so. Maybe I can black this out in time before we sign off. Yeah, dude, I mean, that's what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be meeting and people I think Max I met here first because of San Diego Comic Con that year. Oh, Sebastian, I didn't know you were hanging out with me. My chunky cat is on the couch behind me. But and then I met Javi in New York when I went to visit one year, and that was before I knew you, Dom. Or else I would hit you up too. And then I think I met Dom next. Yeah, because I was IC3 last year. And then I got to interview Anya, and then I met her last year at Heroes too. It's always a trip because you know each other, but you don't,
Yeah.
And especially if depending on the time of year I interviewed you and the time of year I see you, I either have a beard or I don't.
What time of year is the beard time of year?
This time of year.
It's winter.
So yeah, winter. Yeah, I usually start to grow around September, October. And it just keeps going. And then come around my birthday, May, there's a day at the gym where I just can't breathe, and I come home and I shave it off, and I usually regret it. It's like when I cut my hair, I hate the way shouldn't have cut my hair this last time. I really regret it. The long hair is a pain, dude.
Yeah. I usually get pretty upset after I get a haircut too. I'm like, fuck, I just don't like it.
I know. And I'm just like, why did I do that? Like a little while later. We're on our last 5 minutes as we kind of wrap up a little bit more here. Let me do some spotlights on some peeps. Let's get Dom up here first. Dang, Dom. That is looking great, dude.
So sick.
Really, really cool stuff as always. Dude, fucking cool. Looks like some heavy metal, like Future Shocks.
I
To be honest.
appreciate it.
Yeah, good job. Super good job. Man, that figure next to it's so cool. Love it. Max. Dang, Max. That little the little ball thing looks so cool. The percolator thing that you took. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Thank you. The siphon coffee.
Siphon coffee. Yeah, there you go.
So I think I'm just gonna add gray tone and then some white out, and I'll be done. But I didn't finish today, which is I took on a lot.
Dude, that was you took on a lot. You took on a whole lot.
Yeah, it's easy to see why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't gotta explain.
But I had fun. It was fun to do all the creature designs and stuff. So
Dude, this was a great prompt. Honestly, like I sometimes spit out my favorite stuff when people choose these prompts. So I'm like way happier with this than I thought I'd be. So let me switch to Javi while he's working on that. Oh, dude, Javi, it's looking so cool.
Yeah, I like the style.
Yeah, good job, dude. I can't wait to see it finished. And you're just pumping out artwork this year, so good job, Javi. Anya, dude, that is so trippy. Oh, that's so cool.
Thanks.
Wow.
Man, I love your placement, like on her pants, like on the top, like the way you did the inking right there. That is so cool.
Thanks,
And
dude.
all that white space. Yeah. That is rad.
I kind of get like Fantastic Four, like Alex Ross vibes.
Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, you should totally make that a print or something. That would look great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I would totally snag that. So super cool. This is where I'm at right now. I'm doing a background thing to it, but
Heck yeah.
Nice.
I might white out the coffee cup and like redo it a little bit, or I just need to figure that out a little bit more. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty hyped about it so far.
I like the shapes that your hair took. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I try to make it like also like sci-fi hair. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so I made it short, which is like the generic girl sci-fi hair. Just give her short hair. But yeah, it's pretty hyped. Thank you so much for that. Let's go down the line real fast again. Dom, why don't you tell us where to find you, what you have out, whatever you're promoting right now, by all means.
You can find me at Life on Saturn Comics on pretty much any social media. lifeonsaturnart.com. And March 1st, you can catch us at the Comics and Caffeine Fest at 447 Central Ave, Bushwick. Also, March 15th, you can catch us at Indie Comics Creator Con. And I'm working on a new YouTube channel, Life on Saturn Comics. My current channel is Life on Saturn Productions, but I'm ending it. It's an old stuff, starting over.
Nice, dude. That's gonna be hype as hell.
Yeah.
Keep us posted on that.
Sweet, thanks.
And it's always great drawing with you, dude. It's always a blast. So thank you for popping on. And of course, we'll definitely have you back again. It's always just so much fun seeing what you do and your art. And dude, you're freaking great, man. Like, so great job.
Thank you,
Really,
appreciate
really
it.
Let's see here. Javi, why don't you let us know where we could find you, what you have to offer, and yeah, all the things.
Yeah. I'm Hobby Blink on most platforms, Instagram, my website, hobbyblink.com. I have a podcast, Earth Find Matter. We're on YouTube and Spotify or in other major platforms. In terms of events, like I mentioned earlier, we'll be at Four Color Fantasies in March. March 11th, was that, Brandon, or 10th?
Whatever Wednesday is.
Yes. And then after that, we'll be at IC3 that Saturday, March 15th in Connecticut. And then after that, I'll be at the BK Art Fest in Brooklyn, Bushwick, the weekend after. And then Bix in April in Brooklyn again.
Nice, super hyped. We're going to be tabling a lot this year. We found out IC3 and all that, and Brooklyn. So super hyped. Super hyped, Hobby. And Anya, why don't you tell us where we could find you, and where we could find your work, and what you have going on?
My Instagram is ons_solo, like Han Solo.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be at Indie Comics Creator Con. I'll be at Heroes Con for sure. I guess like look at my Instagram for updates on like cons I'll be doing, because I'm like always applying to stuff and waiting to hear back. I'm doing Baltimore Comic Con again this year, which should be cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You were there this year, right? This past year?
I went there in 2023.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was the year I didn't go.
Just missed each other.
I know, honestly. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm always posting updates and stuff on my Instagram, so that's probably the best bet.
Cool. And then where can we check out your new book?
You can buy it on the Superhero Comics website, superherocomics.com. And they've got a lot of other really cool books coming out right now, so I would just hop on over there anyways, just check it out.
Awesome. Cool to hear. Max, why don't you let us know where we can find you, what you have going on right now?
You can find me on Instagram at artofmf, or you can go. Oh, I don't know if that's up. I need to fix that. But yeah, you can find me on Art of MF. You can also go to the link in my bio to sign up for The Family Man, which is a 48-page book I'm doing with Nate Price. That's coming out on March 4th. Yes, that's right, March 4th. And check out my Instagram to see sneak peeks of the book, or check out the Found Footage Anthology now on Kickstarter, which also has a sneak peek of Family Man in it. And I think that's it.
Nice. Cool to hear. And you know what? As always, I am using the CWS Blue Line paper that you can get now. There's a link in the description. We now sell Blue Line paper to help creators make their art, and it's pretty freaking cost efficient if you compare it to anybody else. So save some money, finish your book and start the next one in the same order. And CWS will be, of course, powering IC3. We're going to have a blast there. We have the booth actually right next to the Apollo booth. Thank you, Matt Sardo, for making my life easier. Oh, dang, I made the circle way bigger than I intended, so now I have to fix it. That's all going to be blacked out now. And so super hyped to see everyone at IC3 in just a couple weeks. We're going to have a blast. Apollo City Comics has so many releases. We'll have a Kickstarter at that time too. And you know what? I have some proofs that just came in. So you could check out Teenage Babylon in its biggest format ever yet. It was originally just printed as a zine. So hyped to have that out. And then we have a second printing of the Punk Anthology. I'm super excited. We have a different cover paper stock for this. I can't talk right now. So check out the Punk Anthology, and then we'll finally doing the Broadcast Dialogues. It's a book I'm working on with Jeremy John Hansen and Bob Little. Max Flowers, of course, letters all of my work, so all the lettering is always Max. But But check out Broadcast. It's a 8-page little thing. I'll probably give it away for free with orders, honestly. And then I'm super excited about these next 2 anthologies. This comic Coast Fascist. This is a great resource book filled with also stories by Apollo City Comics creators. So super hyped about putting this out. This comic Coast Fascist is now available on the Apollo City Comics website. And then we'll be running a Kickstarter for Kick Out the Jams. And this is, gosh, I don't even know how many stories are in, like 6, 7, 8 stories. There's so many great creators in here. I have 2 stories in here. Fake Your Death has a little thing going on in it. And then I did a really cool blue story with Jeremy John Hansen, Tanner Teogle, Max Flowers, and I think that's it right there. But yeah, check out all this stuff at ApolloCityComics.com. We actually have hats now. So get yourself an Apollo City Comics hat while you're at it. Merchandising. So I think that's it. You guys are all amazing. Thank you guys so much. This was a really challenging prompt tonight, and I think all of us just had a blast and did the best we could. So great job, everybody. It's super rad to talk to all of you. But yeah, I think that's it.
Sweet.
Cool. Good night. Hey, thank you guys so much.